There it is.
Oh, look at this.
I knew it would be something like this.
Have you had this personally made? This is getting out of control.
It really is.
Cheers,
What
guys.
is this?
Cheers,
Jesus.
wanker.
For the audio listeners,
Mm-hmm.
Adam is just kind of walked out, shades and all, medallions around his neck, and a full-on WWE wrestling gold belt over his shoulder, and a
This
trophy.
may look like a WWE
trophy.
belt, but this is just a big W for winner. Like, that's the mentality I have.
Is it really? Is that not even on brand for like WWE? Or is it like some kind of like?
I do not want to get sued, Terry. Can you shush, please?
It's a knockoff corner store one.
This is £35 from Amazon.
Well, luckily we don't make money, so he's not spending company money on this. This is his own personal
Spared
money.
no expense.
Right.
Guys. You can make your jokes, but let's face it. I am now a 5-time Shifty Crab champion. We don't have a Shifty Crab belt.
Yeah.
So I went and borrowed one from the WWE.
Good thing we don't.
Right.
But at this rate, I'm going to have to buy one because it's going to be here for a long, long time. You see, and do you know what? Credit where credit is due to Vince.
Yeah.
For one day, you were leading.
I'll take that day.
For one day. Terry.
Yep.
But Vince, you for one day were leading. But do you know what? Championship mentality, winner's mentality. I knew that the people
pandering mentality
would see the truth. And they would join me with The Last of Us. And I was right. I said to you what would happen. I told you the order it would happen. And today...
Did you? Because I felt like Doom was at the bottom of your order.
Luckily, we have no footage of that event. It is not anywhere for anyone to check. But this week, when we talk about the best gaming villains, even though I should be top of that list, I will still win and make it fit. I only have 5 fingers, so.
Can we get someone to design a Shifty Crab video game, just so when we do this again, Adam can pick himself?
You know,
it'd be the ultimate ego boost for sure.
Egotistical that sounds, and I love it.
He likes it.
So just bask in the glory of what's in front of you, because this is like Lionel Messi. You know, it's a once in a lifetime.
I'm
once
calling
in a lifetime.
Yeah, Lionel. I'm calling shenanigans on this whole thing.
Yeah,
there's something. This is rigged. Because I'm sorry, but how did I lose that one? I mean, come on.
Right?
The greatest score, Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 Remix just dropped on PlayStation Plus. Like, you're all playing it. I'm seeing you're all playing it.
I'm not.
Seeing you, say how good it is. Vote on it.
I'm too busy signing autographs.
Every week I'm becoming more and more disappointed in the gaming public.
Right, you have to change your ways, Terry. You have to pull them in. You know, you have to give them the reason to vote for you. They vote for me because they see a winner. They see a leader. That's what they see. They see my opinion and they go, he must be right.
No.
I turn naysayers into sayers. I turn doubters into believers. And I turn losers into winners.
Well,
and you'll see.
I guess there we are, living proof. Anyway,
I am. I'm the biggest loser, and look at me now. This is the only thing I've ever won in my life.
King of the Losers. Great title.
The loser becomes the winner.
Let's get serious.
Let's
get to it.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Shifty Crab podcast. If you didn't know, we sit here once a week and we do that shit, basically. And then we talk about games, and then Vince muddles our brain with some sort of weird game for us to work out. He says he's got a really good one this week. And then we finish it off with the Shifty Crab debate. where we hit it hard and we argue and we try to find out the winner each week of a certain topic. Last week, it was the best gaming original soundtrack. This week, it is going to be the best gaming villain. And I this week know everybody's choices because it was my turn to pick this week. And we have a hell of a lineup for this week. I will go out and say, this will probably be the closest week we've had.
Oh, okay.
All three of them are very, very good choices. It'll be very hard to shit on them. But we will do our best. But guys, we'll start it off with what we always do. You guys, Terry, we'll start with you. How are you and what have you been playing?
I am good. I am good, guys. Before I get to what I've been playing, I just want to let you guys know, as I messaged you guys in Slack the other day, finally got around to watching Endgame with my wife. So we've been doing the MCU watch through, and the last few films we had been watching one a week, basically starting with Phase 3 because I'd seen all the ones before. But the last few films we just kind of like shot through them, and it was great. And oh man, it was just so good. I think that's the first time I've seen it since it first came out, like on streaming. So it was fun to watch it. But yeah, it was. Oh man, that's a tough watch. I don't think I'll be watching that film a lot. I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much emotion rolled into one film. It shouldn't be allowed. But no, what a film. But no, she really enjoyed it. And then after that, I was like, do you want to watch WandaVision? I was like, should we get on this? So now, been doing the rewatch of WandaVision, and already
so good.
Only got the finale to go. And it's just so good rewatching that, knowing what you know and seeing it in a different light, even from the first few episodes. So good. Man, I love Marvel. I love it.
They know what they're doing.
For sure.
They really do. But yeah, cool. So
only a couple of weeks till Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Next week, isn't it?
Next week now, yeah. I forget what month we're in or day. But yeah.
You bet your ass are going to be jumping on that, like I'm going to get her watching that with me day one, first episode.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's what you've been watching.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
So in what time I've found for gaming this week, I've spent it on Final Fantasy 14.
Shocking.
It's been good stuff. I mean, I'm a Black Mage. I'm level 56 now. I think I am level 56 Black Mage. I've pretty much done, as I said to you last time, finished the 2.0 A Realm Reborn story, done that. I've now done all the end game dungeons from that game, so that the kind of level 50 stuff, which are always fun. Great to go back to those. And now I've now finished the 2.1 update, which is A Realm Awoken. And in that one, there's a bunch of story missions. It continues a little bit more. I've defeated the King Moogle, which is the new duty that you end up taking down, like the new primal you take down, which was fun. The thing is, it's just like so. All this content is just so easy now because it's where it's obviously like low level, and when you're put in a party, everyone's so OP'd, and it's like it's not even a chat. Like when I did all this stuff before, this was true endgame stuff, like this was like the hardest stuff that you could do. And now it's just like, people are just doing it like, yawning. And I'm just like, I'm not great, but I'm not having to do much because everyone's just like taking it down so easy. But it's still good fun. And so, finished that A Realm Awoken. And I've now started the next update, which is Into the Maelstrom, which is 2.2, which is basically the story of Leviathan, them summoning the primal Leviathan, which is the huge sea serpent and stuff, which is another primal you have to face. That was a really fun fight. I remember doing that last time. So kind of working my way through that. And one of the things I wanted to mention on it, which I didn't mention before, is how well the duty finder works in this game. So basically what it is, like all end game MMOs, when you get to the end, like pretty much just kind of doing the grind of like running dungeons and raids and stuff like that. And the things that have always been like a bit of a problem in the past of MMOs, and I remember this all too well playing World of Warcraft, is the time it took to kind of form a party and find the right level people for the right dungeon you wanted to do, like depending on what gear you wanted, or basically just wherever you wanted to go. The duty finder still and has always worked so well in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, and I think because of that is because they always give players that are way, way higher good incentives to do old content. And which was one of the problems I always found with World of Warcraft. Like, if I was leveling a character in World of Warcraft and I wanted to do a particular low level dungeon, it would be so hard to try and get a group because no one wants to do that anymore. It's like old content, you know, why are they going to bother doing that when they're doing these high level raids? But they do these things called duty roulettes on Final Fantasy XIV, and it's the same as other games that do this, like that. They're like your dailies. So basically, so it's really good. So you can either, you know, if you're searching a particular dungeon, or you can put yourself in the roulette, and it will randomly put you in a party with one of these in one of these dungeons. And by doing a roulette, you get tokens, quite a large amount of tokens, depending on what it is. So it's good because it makes people, it brings all these like top tier players into those dungeons for you. So you're not waiting. Like the max I've ever had to wait for a dungeon is like maybe 20 minutes, like maybe like longest I've ever seen, like 30 minutes. Like, and this is one off doing quests, you know, so I just kind of have it running in the background, shoots up, party's formed, boom, I'm in. And because everyone's got really high powered, you get through quite quick. So yeah, I've been doing that as well as doing the story missions. I've got my character fully geared out now in like the level 50 end level gear, which took me like about a month before to do that when I played this last time, because back then it was really hard to get they're called Allegan tomes, which are like the tokens. But now you just like doing these duties, are just kind of just chucking them out like that. I'm just like, yep, fully kitted out. So yeah, I'm just kind of slowly working my way through it. So now I'm hope by next week I'll have taken down Leviathan and then moved on to the next patch. And I'm slowly reaching the point now of where the furthest I'd been like before previously when I played it. So, but I'm just kind of taking it bit by bit, and just still really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. Also, sorry to cut you for that. I was going to say, I posted the link to you guys that kind of funny. We're talking about Final Fantasy 14 in the last episode. They done Gamescast, and it was just really cool to kind of listen to someone else's take on it. And it's good stuff. Highly recommend it still.
Yeah, it's good that a game that's been around for so long can still give you so much enjoyment. That's like that's a plus for such a big game, you know, like that's a great selling point for it.
I don't know any MMO before where it's this far in. I mean, we're approaching 10 years now almost. And it was about 7 or 8 years. But to be, I'm sure many the player base would consider its prime still. Like many, even like World of Warcraft, which, you know, that is peak MMO. This far in its life, it was not its best. You know, it passed its best. But Final Fantasy 14, it just gets better. It just gets better and better. And I'm just taking this from what the player base said, because I said I've only seen the original game, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So who knows how long this will go on for, this game, and like not only just live but thrive.
Yeah, like let's hope it goes on for a long time, so for you to keep playing. Though we are going to need you to play some more current games at some point, you know, down the line. You know, we're going to need you to review some things. So
don't worry, it's not going to just be Final Fantasy, but I can tell you it's going to be a mainstay.
Yeah, well, that's your go-to. Yeah. The best beard in the business, the beard of war, Mr. Vince Haley. How are you?
I'm doing well.
And what have you been playing?
Oh, I mean, is it a question that even needs to be asked?
Is it Gears
of War? Still working on this godforsaken video. Yes.
Hey, don't say godforsaken. This is going to be our first feature. You should be honored.
Oh, I'm honored. I'm honored that I get to play one of my favorite games to actually sit down and talk about it for sure.
So I'm guessing you don't really want to talk about it too much now.
I mean, I've definitely been playing Gears 4 for several days now, trying to piece together what I want to talk about in the video itself. But damn, do I love that game. Did it do so much right? Absolutely. Is there some snags in it? Not too many. Honestly, not too many. Like, I'm absolutely going to bring it up in the video, but if you want a spot to jump into Gears or the Gears franchise itself, absolutely 4 is that. Absolutely.
So are you just playing through it all, Vince, or are you just like doing sections like for whatever you need, for content you need?
I'm going through it all to kind of refresh my memory, because the last time I played this was late last year. I hit a spot where there was nothing to play, and then I just played through the entire series from start to finish. And so I'm just kind of going through it again, refreshing my mind for 4, and then probably going to go back through for the best bits and what I want to pull from that for the video itself. There's a lot of good stuff in there I want to talk about. Just trying to find that balance between what's probably necessary to talk about why you should play it and what's not necessary. That's just my, I guess, fangirl hype moments. Probably not super necessary.
I'm sure you'll find the perfect balance as always.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see what you come out with and what you've told us. This sounds like it's going to be some really good content. So I'm excited. It's getting ever so close. I can smell the views. I can smell the views.
Oh, yes.
It's almost done baking in the oven.
Yeah.
It is.
The time has nearly ticked. Yeah. Well, I've had as you guys know, that you guys don't know, but you two do, a bit of a crazy week. The dog's been to the vets, had a few bits of surgery, and so he's got a cone on his head, and he has to be watched like 24 hours a day. So I've kind of been on dog duty. So I didn't really want to play anything where I couldn't just pause it and just go away and do something and come back to it. And if I'm playing quite a story-driven game, I like to do big chunks and find natural places to kind of stop. So I bought a game quite a while ago that I never really got around to playing, which was called Stranded Deep.
Oh, that's the island one, right?
Yeah, so a plane crash. Yeah. It's a bit like Lost, but
I really want to play this.
Castaway. It's Castaway, basically. Yeah, they've even got a ball that's with a handprint on it as an homage, and there's a FedEx box, but I think I can't remember what it's called, like DeadX or something like that. But yeah, you survive on islands, and there's ways your goal is to escape back to freedom, back to home, and there's different ways of doing that. It's brutal. Like you can die very quickly, poisoned, overheat. You have to try and stay out of the sun as well, because you'll get sunstroke. It's quite easy to pick up, but it's not very intuitive at first. So it doesn't give you any hints. You've got your first little starter thing where it's like, this is how you build this. You should build this. You're basically, by the end of that, you've got a little camp, which is a little like shelter, a fire, and a basic tool. And they've shown you kind of what you need to do, but then they don't show you anything else. They don't tell you that there's a fuck ton of sharks ready to kill you if you ever go out into the sea, which you can swim, and there's shipwrecks and stuff like that. But you start on a life raft, like a dinghy, and basically you got your paddle, and you paddle to your island, and you can pull it up onto shore. And then you can build bigger rafts yourself. So you can find materials and build a raft, or you can build a home base, which you can build shelving and store your boxes. You have to chop your wood down, plant all of this sort of stuff. But you go out into the ocean, and if a shark is near you, sometimes they can knock over your dinghy, and then you're in the water with a great white shark.
I remember seeing that bit in the trailer with the shark. It looked terrifying.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them, but there's also if you stand on certain things, it'll poison you. There's snakes that will get you. It's realistic in the sense of your island's not swarming with bad things that are going to kill you, but the ocean is. you know, and you have to go out fishing just like you're standing there like Tom Hanks, you know, stabbing the fish. Your clothes are all battered, and you upgrade stuff as you go along. That you could use any order you want, but you can die on the first day. You've got to work out how to get water. You have to work it out, and you have to have a bit of knowledge behind it. Like, so it's a really fun game. You could sink a lot of hours into it, or you could just come and go at it. I'd say for everyone to give it a go. I think it's on Games Pass, Vince, so I think you should be able to play it for free. I got it on sale with PlayStation, but I've probably on PlayStation Now, to be honest. I think that might be where I re-downloaded it from anyway. But
so what's the like the end goal to it? Like you just
get home.
So like, do you trying to build a raft or something?
So that you to circle around, not spoiling the game for anyone. There are a few different ways that you could get back.
Right. Okay.
But some of them involve bosses of sorts, like like a giant squid or a megalodon.
Giant pixel squid
that may have eaten something that you might need or something like that. And the megalodon is.
Oh man!
It's a megalodon.
I was like interested in this game just being like a Castaway game, but this just sounds.
And
awesome.
It's perfect for that. Like I love it for that. But there's the bit that they do really well is that there's a very faint music always kind of in the background that you don't really notice. It's very like island based, but then all of a sudden that music will change, and it's their version basically of Jaws, and you know that there is a shark near you, but you don't know where.
Nope.
And it's okay if you're on your boat and you're just, well, it's not, because they can knock you off. And I didn't know this. So I'm swimming along and then boom, I'm getting shook around like this. And then it comes back, boom. Next thing I know is my dinghy's upside down and I'm in the water trying to turn the dinghy back over. And then all of a sudden I start getting pulled and a shark's got me and is pulling me under the water. Like, and you turn around and there's a great white shark there, or they have hammerheads or bullheads. They have loads. All the marine life is real. So you'll see like clownfish or discus fish or sardines, and it's all in its natural habitat. So you can go fishing for it. If you cook the meat and stuff like that, it'll start to go off. So you have to cook it quickly. So you have to store it before you carve it. And
how many crabs have you eaten?
What? A lot of crabs. A lot of
shifty ones.
You've got giant crabs. Like, they're not, I tell you what, they're not shifty. They're fucking terrifying. They just stood there and then they just come at you. And you land on your island and every island's different. So the one I was on had 3 of these fuckers. And you don't know where they are. And I was just chopping down a tree. And then you just say, and I was just like, and I turn around and there's this crab just coming towards you like this. And it just beats the shit out of me. I'm trying to go through my wheel, trying to get like some sort of weapon. I'm there hitting it with a palm tree leaf. Like, that's the wrong thing. I'm just like, trying to get through it. Do you know what? You can play it lots of different ways, but you have to go to different islands and get stuff and you can set up on any island, on all the islands. You play it how you want, but found
any hatch doors yet?
No, but I think there's a lot of nods to a lot of films that are on islands and TV programs. The plane going down, obviously, and there is a plane wreck that you can find, and I'm sure that has some nod to Lost in some way. I haven't really tried to
Oceanic 815. Look for some clues. Look for some numbers.
I will do, and if I find them, I will bring it to you guys and tell you. But the obvious one is Castaway. There's a few Castaway references. So, but yeah, it's good fun. I'd say everyone should really give it a go. It's made with the Unreal Engine, so it's a Unity. So you know what you're getting from it, and it looks nice, it plays well, and on PlayStation 5 it loads really quick. So
I love the sound of this, man. I've got to get on this.
Give it a go. It should be cheap anyway. I think it's on PlayStation Now though, if you have that. But if not, I can't imagine it's expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been playing. I think, Vince.
Yes, Adam.
I'm mentally prepared.
You think you're mentally prepared?
I don't think
whatever you have to say.
So much confidence.
I'm worried though. I'm saying it tentatively because I'm a bit. Yeah, I think I'm ready. Terry, are you ready for this?
I hope so. Let's see what happens. If it's anything like last week, I don't think I'm ready.
No, yeah.
Are you not ready for this?
I'm not ready. You're not ready. Come on, Vince. What you got in store for us?
Let's hit it with the intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Guess That Review. That's right, a game show and a podcast. I'm your host, Vince, and with me today is two-time reigning champion, Adam Very. Are you ready, Adam?
I'm winning this one too. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Is he really the two-time champion on this?
Both times we've done this,
there's no stopping this guy. What's
Absolutely not. But hoping to stop that streak is Terry Jeffs. Terry, are you ready for what I have in store?
Get your ass on ready. I'm going to stop this streak right now. I did not know that there was a winning streak going on the game within a podcast as well. Like I can't be having this, Vince. Need to get a win now. Need to get a win for my own sanity.
I'm not confident about this one.
Your week, because depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching this week of or the week after, this is a little celebration. We've got Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out.
Yeah, we do.
Next week.
Yeah, we do.
So I thought
he's done DCEU. He's done fucking DCEU.
Yep.
Like,
you are correct, Adam.
I've
pulled every single DCEU movie plus one. There's going to be a double or nothing one at the end. However, instead of pulling 1-star reviews for DCEU movies, because I figured that's way too easy. Everyone hates the DCEU. 1-star reviews too easy.
Not this guy.
I have decided to pull 5-star reviews.
Is there any?
Oh, there's a few.
I'd give 5 stars to Batman v Superman, so don't even go there.
When does if you don't want to answer this, that's fine. When does the DCEU start? Is it with Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the official starting point for the DCEU.
And why is everyone shitting on Man of Steel these days?
I really like
everyone loved Man of Steel. Now it's called to shit on Man of Steel as well. Get out of here.
I think Henry Cavill is a fantastic Superman.
And Zack Snyder is a fantastic director. He's had some misses, but come on, man. This guy directed Watchmen. This guy directed the Dawn of the Dead remake. He directed Man of Steel. Like he's got some
very good
skills.
And
300
of it.
Come on.
All right.
Let's
get this. How many of them are there, please?
Much more positive. There are 10 plus the one. With
me,
I figured it'd be a little easier. Who knows? You might get this. You might not.
I've got to think of all of the DCEU films. Like that's the thing I'm struggling. That's a little tangent. Did I dream this? But when they did The Mummy with Tom Cruise, weren't they trying to launch the other universe? What was that called?
The Dark Universe.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
The Dark Universe, did you say?
Yes. That's the Dark Universe.
Name.
It is basically the Universal monsters universe, yeah.
Okay.
Like the classic, Frankenstein.
So they gave up on that, I presume.
Yeah. Basically, they were like trying to reboot like what they had with Van Helsing and all that stuff.
Do we have the same hints or?
With the hint, because these movies try to be in the same universe, they, however, significantly failed with crossovers. So you're not going to get your character hint because that would be obviously too easy. Because there's a few movies in there that don't feature any extended universe characters. But I will give you the year the movie came out. Now, there's a couple in here that did come out the same year. Because, DC couldn't keep pace with Marvel releasing 3 movies a year. But they'll give you a window. Which, Adam, I know that doesn't help you because you're bad with years, but Terry might have the advantage here.
Hopefully. So, to be clear, Vince, this is DCEU, so You're not chucking any other DC films in here.
There's one that isn't DCU.
There's one that's not DCU.
Oh, sorry. Okay, right. Okay, yeah.
But
sorry.
that's number 10 though, isn't
film.
it?
Yep.
Is that number 10?
Okay,
11. Sorry.
That's number 10. So I'm not going to throw it in any earlier. That's going to be your double or nothing. And I'll explain what that means. It's just the movies.
Okay.
It's just the movies. No animated features.
No animated features.
No animated features.
No.
Okay.
Yep. So, with that, shall we begin?
Do we get the two goes? Do we get the 2 goes? Is it 2 lives each? And you're frozen out. If you get it wrong, the other person gets a free guess. Is that the same as normal?
Same as normal.
Okay.
I'll let the hint one slide since there's only one hint.
Let's do this. Come on.
Let's do this. Number 1. In my honest opinion, this is the best DCEU film ever, but it still has a crappy villain.
Fucking join the queue. Like
I'm going to just take a guess.
Okay.
Throwing
it out there. I'm going balls in. Wonder Woman.
Terry Jeffs, you are correct. That is Wonder Woman.
Get in there. Come on.
Right off the bat.
Fair play. Greatness recognizes greatness.
Because I would, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I can see how you could argue that when it came out, everyone loved it. But yeah, it had a crappy end.
Had a pretty crappy villain.
And stuff. Yeah, it had a crappy villain. It did.
Number 2. This movie is just an amazing adaptation of this character while being a beautiful masterpiece in cinema as well. This movie is perfect to me. Adam.
I don't know if it's in the DCEU, but the Joker.
Incorrect, because the Joker is not part of the DCEU.
If it's not even included. If I turned around and said Mario, you'd be like, no, that's not included. Like
Joker is not in the DCEU, but I'll tell you what is. Here's my guess. Man of Steel.
Harry, you are 2 for 2. That is Man of Steel.
So hang on. Joker's not in the DCEU.
No.
A version of the Joker is in the DCEU, but not the movie Joker.
The Batman that's coming out, is that in the DCEU?
No, I don't believe it is.
Well, this is where it gets muddy. No, because
things muddy.
No, look, Joker is clearly just a standalone story. It's nothing to do with the DCEU.
Clearly. Don't use the word clearly, because I just guessed it in a DCEU quiz.
The Joker from we know the Joker from DCEU.
Yeah, Jared Leto, blah blah blah. Trying to forget about
but the Batman, I think. Oh no, it's not part of the DCEU. Like the DCEU is Zack Snyder's vision of what this DC universe is, and yeah, I think the Batman's going to be more in comparison to the Dark Knight trilogy. So.
Oh, I hope it is, because that trailer looked really good.
Yeah. Anyway, on to me winning.
On to Terry winning. Number 3. When I first heard about this movie, I thought it looked awful. And then I went with my brother to see it, and I was like, wow, this is kind of bad. But for some reason, I fucking love it. So yeah, I love this movie, but I have no idea why.
That gives you absolutely nothing. That is somebody's opinion. There's not even a hint. Of what
These are all user reviews. That
could be about Lord of the Rings. That could be about, I don't know, the Hunger Games.
If it had said, like, this actually looked great and it turned out to be awful, I would have gone with something there. But no, it went the other way.
It went the other way.
Not too confident to take a guess on this one.
What are our hints? We just have the one.
You just have the one, and that's the year of release.
Well, I'm behind, so I'm playing the waiting game.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I can wait as long as I want.
Stupid rule. If I guess if I take a hint for the year, I can't guess.
Oh no, I've waived that rule for this one since there's only one hint. That rule has been waived.
Do the hint and you can guess.
You can do the hint and you can guess if you think you know it.
All right. Okay, I'll take the hint for the year.
Yes.
The year was 2019.
2019.
Birds of Prey.
No,
Harley Quinn. No.
No, that's
No.
2020.
Was it?
Incorrect, Terry.
Yeah, that's not
shit.
long been out. 2019.
The last year, I was just fused.
Is he frozen out now?
He is frozen out because he was incorrect.
Damn it! Come
I've
on.
got to get this right. 2019.
What's the time limit on this? Do we have like a countdown? Like,
I've thought about adding a countdown. Adam.
The only one that I know came out in 2019 was Shazam.
Oh
Adam,
shit!
You are correct.
God damn it!
The only DC movie to come out in 2019 was Shazam.
And do you know what? Not a terrible film.
No, not at all.
Not a terrible film.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. And it's
I know. I want to watch it. I was actually just talking to my son about it the other day. What did we see? We was watching Teen Titans Go, and there was like a Shazam reference in there, and he didn't know who Shazam was. I was like, oh yeah, there's a film.
How is he with like quite heavily CGI'd monsters that are really like quite big and scary?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's fine with that. I mean, I've had him watching all kinds of stuff that he
then he'll love it. Then he'll love it because it is such a weird contrast in that film. It is very kid friendly, but then the monsters are like disgusting in it. Like So anyway,
it was weird.
It was a weird film, but it was good. 2-1, I believe.
I like Zachary Levi.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Yeah. Number 4. This movie is a top-tier comic book film of all time. The score, action, cinematography, visuals, and story is brilliant and spectacular.
Man, I'm going to take a punt.
Go ahead, Adam.
Not my opinion, but Suicide Squad.
Adam, you are incorrect.
I'm going to take a punt here.
Go ahead, Terry.
Batman v Superman.
Terry, you are correct.
Oh, come
that was
on.
Batman versus Superman.
I thought that's what you were going to guess,
Adam.
Now,
Terry, sing me one song from Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, the score, I don't know where they're coming up with that. But
apart from my mother's Martha, your mother's Martha.
You could argue, I could see how someone would like, that's the thing, like it's got Batman v Superman. I know it gets a lot of hate, but it's got so many great things about it. One of them is there's a lot of good cinematography in it. But yeah.
People really like the music from Suicide Squad, though. It's where they spent 3/4 of their budget. But
a lot of pop songs in that.
Yeah, there was some good songs there. Then there's also some.
There's some terrible.
Don't get me started on Suicide Squad.
Questionable choices there.
That's 3-1, I believe.
That is 3-1. Number 5.
This is where champions are made.
It is. I genuinely don't understand how people can't like this movie. It's got a great plot, fun, and relatable characters, decent acting, and it's freaking hilarious.
I'll take the... Okay, sorry.
Oh, Terry, go ahead.
I'm going to just go straight in there.
Okay.
Suicide Squad.
Incorrect. Terry Jeff.
So he's frozen out.
He's frozen right now.
If I take the hint, I still get my guess right.
If you take the hint, you get your guess.
I'll take the hint.
You're behind anyway.
I went in too hot, I went in too hot.
Too hot.
The year, please.
The year was 2018.
2018. I'm gonna go Aquaman.
Adam, you are correct. It is, in fact,
nice,
Aquaman.
Very nice.
Number 6. Truly a cinematic masterpiece. The best thing DC has ever created.
Is that it?
That's it. Truly a cinematic masterpiece. The best thing DC has ever created.
I'll take the year, please.
The year was 2016. Okay, Adam, what you got?
Absolutely not. No, I do.
Okay.
Am I frozen out, or can I guess? Or?
No, Terry,
I'm gonna guess. I just want to clarify one thing. If you're not going to allow it, that's fine.
Okay.
Can you just tell me what the answers have been so far? Because I don't have the best memory.
The answers have been Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, Shazam, Batman vs. Superman, and Aquaman.
Okay. I'm going to punt it again. Suicide Squad.
Adam, that is correct. We are tied 3-3. It comes down to these last few.
Yeah.
Number 7. I really love this movie. One of my personal favorites. I honestly don't quite understand all the hate. Yes, some things feel a bit rushed, but all in all, it is an amazing movie with a solid plot, occasional one-liners that is lots of fun to watch.
Wonder Woman 1884. No, 1984. 1980. I'm thinking of the older 1886. Wonder Woman 1984.
Incorrect.
Oh, man.
I'll take the year, please, Vince.
The year was 2017.
2017.
2017.
I'll take Justice League for 200 points, please, Vince.
Adam, you are correct. That was Justice League.
God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, but you can still win this because of his stupid double or nothing that's coming at the end. That is anything to do with the DCEU. This is bollocks. I've just come back.
You come back with these last two. Our next movie.
Is this number 9? No, number 10.
This is number 8.
Oh my God, is that? Oh, what's the score? 4-3. 4-4.
The score is currently 4-3.
Oh yeah, I can't do maths. Okay.
A year has already passed, and this movie still holds up as one of the most fresh and cool comic book movies ever. Go argue with The Wall.
I have an idea, but I'm winning, so.
So you let Terry have a go.
I don't know. I'm a bit.
I'll take the year, please.
You'll take the year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a hint for the year already in the title. The year was 2020.
I'll go Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey is correct.
Oh, man.
I'd already answered that one earlier. I said that was 2020.
I mean, there's not many left, is there?
Nope. There is one movie left, and it should be pretty easy.
Hang on a second.
Narrow down your choices.
Terry can only draw with me now, correct? Because I'm 2 points ahead.
Terry can lose.
But yeah, but the most he can do is draw.
And the most he can do... Well, I'll explain the rules for your double or nothing.
He's going to
when we get to it.
He's going to screw me. He's going to screw me.
Number 9. Loved it, was highly entertained, and had a teeny tiny little vibe of the old Batman movies.
Wait, so this is DCEU?
This is DCEU.
So this isn't the bonus question yet?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, we're not on that yet.
Nope.
We had it? I don't know if we've had it.
Say it again, Vince?
Loved it, was highly entertained, and had a teeny tiny little vibe of the old Batman movies. Go ahead, Adam.
I'll try and get the correct year. Wonder Woman 1984.
That is correct. That took way too long because that was the last movie left.
What was the last one? I thought we had already done that for some reason.
No, you guessed it and it was incorrect earlier on.
Oh, man. I'm thinking, like, what other films are there? I can't think of any other DCU films.
That's why I was just doing it in my head. I thought Terry's going to get there quicker than me. I don't know all these. I was going to.
Oh, jeez. So, have I still got a chance of even come back into this, or?
You absolutely do, Terry, because for our double or nothing round, our last review for this, you each must wager at least 2 points. If you get it incorrect, you lose those 2 points. If you get it right, you gain your points back. Go ahead, Adam.
Do we wager before we know the question?
You wager before you know the question.
Well, I've got to go in. All chips are in, haven't I? Obviously, so
Terry is wagering all 3 of his points.
How many points do I have?
You have 6 points.
And I've got to bet at least
2.
Oh,
if you get it wrong, you will lose those 2 points. If you get it right, you'll gain those 2 points, giving you a total score of 8. It is.
It's irrelevant. I might as well bet all 6. What's the fucking like? If he beats me, he's going to beat me.
If you get all 6.
So basically, I've just
going all
done
in.
9 questions of hell for it to be absolutely fucking nothing because it comes down to the last question.
This is how it works. All right, this is how life works.
It is. You each get 1 guess at this.
Is this DCEU or is this something else?
This is still a DC movie, but not
EU.
the DCEU. You will not.
Do we have hints?
He provided a hint. No.
Oh, fuck off.
This is
so how do
knowledge.
we get 1 guess? Is that it? And then that's like
you each get 1 guess.
But if the other person gets it wrong, then it goes back round again.
It goes back around. Go ahead, Adam.
Is this just live action or is it animated as well?
This is a live action. No animated features.
Okay.
So I didn't pull some obscure DC movie.
This better be like not just really vague.
Fucking anything.
Come on then. Come on.
Boy. Remove yourself from the ridiculousness of this film and simply enjoy its utter oddness and that it's a complete product of its time.
Well.
I'm going to go in.
Go ahead, Adam.
I'm just trying to remember which one it is. Just give me
This is your only shot.
I'm just trying to remember which one it is.
Count.
If I say the one I'm on about, because I don't know the exact title, are you going to allow it to me? I'll tell you exactly which film it is. I just don't know the Batman film with Jim Carrey. I don't know if it's Forever or Returns or Batman and Robin, whichever one it is, with Two-Face, Jim Carrey.
I think we need a film title here, Vince.
You can get fucked.
Come on.
All right.
Man, you might want to push it that far, but
okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Did that one have Mr. Freeze in it, or is that the other one? Oh God, I think it's Forever, but
Vince, can we get that line again, please?
Remove yourself from the ridiculousness of this film and simply enjoy its utter oddness and that it's a complete product of its time. Adam, are you locking in your answer?
I'm going with Batman Forever. Just to clarify, if he's wrong, I'm still in the game. It's not one and done.
You know, I'll give you both a second shot if Terry's wrong. I'll give you each a second shot, just to be fair.
Go on, Adam. I know you've got. You going?
So you're saying? I believe you said Batman Forever. Was that a locked in?
Are you locked in there, Adam?
Yes.
Well, right. Adam,
I'm gone. Good. I was gonna say I'm gonna lock in as well, and we can see with someone else.
Adam, you are incorrect. Incorrect.
I'm gonna lock in with Batman and Robin.
Terry, I am sorry, but you are also incorrect.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go again.
It's frozen out, isn't it? Is it go to me?
No. I thought we were just kind of back. Are we going to rotate? Keep going around?
Opposite. It rotates, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll give Adam another shot.
Okay, go on.
Gonna say, don't jump in and then have a second one. Go for second helping. It's not Toby Carver here.
No, I thought it was just like, okay, reset. First one to kind of guess.
Okay. We need to. Can you read it one more time? Because I've got one more shot at this.
Remove yourself from the ridiculousness of this film and simply enjoy the utter oddness and that it's a complete product of its time. This is interesting. Very interesting.
It could, let's be honest, it could be a lot of films from DC.
I've got an idea.
Good for you.
Well, Terry, if you've got an idea,
it's my goal.
Shout it out.
I'm
trying to save the listeners some pain.
Hey, this isn't pain. I'm going to go. It's a product of its time. That can't be modern then.
I like your train of thought.
I'm going to go following the same theme. Batman. Which one did you say, Terry? You say Which one did you say?
Batman and Robin.
I'll go Batman Returns.
You are incorrect, Adam.
Right.
Back to Terry.
If he gets this wrong, I win, correct?
What?
Well, you were both incorrect, so you both are losing your points.
Right, I'm going to chuck it in.
Unless you get this.
Batman the movie, 1966.
Incorrect.
Fuck this game. We're going to keep going. We're going to get this. I'm not having a 0-0 draw. I don't care if this podcast takes 3 hours. I edit it. Right. Okay.
The first one to give me an answer. No more of this back and forth stuff. Give me an answer.
I'll go.
Okay.
The Superman, Chris Reeves. Is it Chris Reeves? Christopher Reeve? Yeah. Superman.
Ooh. That is incorrect, Terry. You guys are absolutely going to kick yourselves on this one.
What?
Oh, this is evil. I love it.
We can keep going, yeah? Keep going. Just Terry, is it back and forth now or not?
Batman. 1989 Batman.
Incorrect.
Catwoman.
That is not a product of its time. It better not bloody be that.
Congratulations. It is Catwoman.
No way! That's bullshit.
Catwoman.
Oh, yes.
There's nothing fun about that film. Yes. It was terrible for the time it came out.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. This is what an absolute stitch up this has become.
The 5-time Shifty Crowd champion and the 3-time review champion.
This is just.
Soak it in, boys.
This shit's worse to watch than Catwoman.
Oh, fuck me. This is hard. That's ridiculous. That last round.
That was fun.
I appreciate the DCEU. You know, you're contained. You've only got 10 films to pick from. Great. Opening it up to DC.
That's why it was a double or nothing challenge.
They've had a lot of films.
We had to expand it.
My thought process to get to Catwoman, by the way, it was Vince. He's a prick. So he's going to pick a film that we're just going to rate as being so bad we would never give it 5 stars. So I was like,
I'm thinking too, logically trying to work it out, a product of its time. Just literally one of the worst films ever made. Just kind of throwing that in there, and someone gave it a good review for some reason.
Once we'd covered the retro Batmans, 60s, 80s, blah, 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 I was just like, no, it's going to have to be Catwoman. I was like, he's not going to go any more modern because they are too good for this review. And then you're in DCEU, which he's not going to do. And he's never going to touch the Nolan films because they're not a product of their time. They're masterpieces.
Well, I was trying to think of some some lesser unknown characters, like some DC
I was thinking
films
Constantine. I was thinking The Swamp. I was like, maybe some of these are in there. I was like, no. I was thinking, if I hadn't got Catwoman, my next guess was going to be Watchmen. But the original Watchmen film, because that is a product of his time with the art style of it, I guess, with Schneider. But he's kind of kept that for everything. So, yeah,
it's bullshit. That's what it is.
Well,
that was amazing.
See what happens next week on that one.
But I told you this was one of my favorites.
My God, Vince, you're a cruel bastard.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what, Terry? You're okay. You only have to do this once a week. Like, I've been torturing Vince on Sunday Fun Day Challenge, which you can see on a Monday. Yeah. But it's his turn this week. So he's just I've got to do it on my own. So I don't even have your answers to go off.
Right.
It'll be horrible. It's going to be horrible. But Vince, thank you very much for that. It's always a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
Always a lot of fun. Guys, I don't think we've argued enough, though. I think it's, even though that was full of aggro, I think it's time for what we've all been waiting for. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, that's just the warm-up session.
I'm so ready.
Yeah. Are we lubed up? Are we ready to go? Lubed up. That's not the word. It's limbered or lubed. I don't know. I went for lubed, though.
Lubed.
Are we lubed up? Are we lubed up? Are we ready to go? Because, guys, it is debate time. Let's get this going. I'm going to spin the wheel. I had it already, so we don't need to worry too much.
Wheel of debate.
The wheel of debate. It is an advert. One sec. Let me close this down. It is Terry first.
Ooh.
Okay.
Then Vince.
I'm excited about
and
this.
then me. Is the order this week.
Okay, so today's debate, greatest gaming villains.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean this was a tough one because you're really trying to think of like really standout villains in games and iconic villains, and when you really think about it, there's many famous characters that we know and love and but when you think of villains, they don't really stand out. But there is one, guys. There is one iconic villain who is a great villain for all the reasons I'm going to list above.
Oh, he's pulling out a list.
Oh, he's prepared.
I've got it in my head. It's just kind of like
okay.
It's just there, With this guy, you don't need to write a list. I am, of course, talking about Mr. Doctor Robotnik.
Ooh, okay.
From the Sonic games.
Jim Carrey, I love him.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey's incarnation. You could chuck that in there as well. But I'm talking, of course, about the classic twirling moustache Dr. Robotnik from any Sonic game. But we've all played Sonic at some point in our life, and come on, is there any more an iconic villain? Like a stereotypical villain, what you want from a villain, someone you want to hate, someone who you get to beat. No, that's what he's there for. That's what the villain's for the hero to beat them. Sonic always gets to beat Dr. Robotnik. And the thing that makes Robotnik stand out, I mean, you could put in the upper like kind of echelon of villains in classic video games. You could just go to like the pool of retro video games and you think of like people like Bowser and stuff like that. But let's be honest, like when people are playing Mario, no one really thinks of Bowser. They don't remember Bowser. I don't even remember getting to like Bowser when I was a young age. But Robotnik, like he's at the end. He's at the end of every single level in Sonic. Like we all know, everyone knows the iconic aerial vehicle, the swinging ball on the chain. Dum, 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 dum. Like everyone knows that. Like you go on to do a survey on the street. People don't even have to have played games that much. If you show them a picture of a bunch of villains from games and Dr. Robotnik was one of them, I guarantee you that they would be able to name Dr. Robotnik more than any of them. So he's just got that look to it. He's got a great design, simplistic design. His motives. I mean, he's a mean son of a bitch. He is like gone to I don't know, whatever you want to call the world of Sonic, like and he's taken all of the animals and put them in badniks, in robots, and trapped them. They're like making them fight for his army, which you've then got to go free. Doesn't give a shit, this guy, you know. He's got like he's got facial hair that will put Vince to shame, you know. And he's like the iconic colors and the red and the black, and obviously the shape. They'll call him Eggman because he's the shape of an egg. I mean, I just think he's like, yeah. I mean, Dr. Robotnik, he's the OG for me. He's the OG villain, and yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Vince, you wanna?
Yeah, solid pick. I mean, if we were going for iconic villains, yeah, Robotnik's got to be up there with Bowser for sure. But this isn't about iconography. It's about being the best villain. And is Dr. Robotnik the best villain? I mean, what's the most
easy to beat
thing he's done besides capturing, tiny animals and shoving them into robots? Like, what's his end game? What's his plan? To capture all the little bitty
take over the world. Take world domination, That's what every villain loves.
Never gets close, though, does he?
No, as every villain shouldn't.
That's a fair
hero
argument.
Is hero story.
I don't know. He's a good villain. Yeah. He's not as iconic as Bowser. He's
way more iconic than Bowser. I guarantee you more people know Robotnik than they know Bowser.
I disagree with that statement wholeheartedly.
Everyone was freaking out that the new Nintendo president is Doug Bowser. Like, it's the name that carries weight to it. But then I guess, to an extent, Robotnik kind of does too, but...
Don't get me wrong, Robotnik, fantastic villain. He's iconic, but Vince is right. He's not great. Very easy to beat. He keeps designing spaceships that can just be hit with a spinning Sonic. He's greatest enemy, but does not once change the blueprints. He's just like, yep, this spaceship will work, and then gets hit by Sonic, and he goes, "How did it fail?"
Who doesn't love his collection of different ships though and vehicles? Come on,
he's determined. That's for sure.
Yeah, he gives it the gung ho, but he's I don't know. He's great as an icon for the imagery. I remember playing Sonic and the music, the dun dun dun,
and that final stage zone music from Sonic 1. Come on, when he's in the little elevator things coming down.
Oh, we're not doing the OSTs anymore. Sorry, Terry, that was last week. You should have picked it for last week. I don't know, Vince. Do you feel like it's just a meh choice? It's not it's a good choice, but it's a bit safe.
A decent choice, yeah. I wouldn't want to say safe because when you think villains, and when we were thinking about this debate topic, Robotnik didn't come into my head for sure. The first thing that I generally thought about was Bowser, Ganon,
to be honest.
But credit where credit is due. Robotnik is great. Love Jim Carrey for sure.
Exactly, Jim Carrey really helped. If anyone's going to know how important Robotnik is, it's Terry. He's a huge fan of Sonic. So I think he's gone with his heart a lot on this one. He's not learned from last week when he went to Final Fantasy and lost.
You might be right. You might be right.
He's got to get with his heart. But hey, a lot of Robotnik fans out there. A lot of eggheads.
Bloody better be.
Is that what they're called?
Well, that's what I'm calling them. They've let's see how it goes. I can't really shit on it too much because it's an okay suggestion.
Yeah, it's not.
Vince,
not too bad. Yes,
why don't you tell the lovely people and ourselves who you have picked?
This one, like I said, was a pretty difficult one, and I spent a lot of time thinking on it, but it all comes down to an iconic line that stuck with me for a while.
It's me, Mario.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Hey, it's Luigi.
And every gamer knows when you hear this line, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? That's right. I have chosen Voss Montenegro from Far Cry 3. Because you know what? You said villain, and we want a proper villain. We want someone who's absolutely insane. Someone who actually goes that extra mile to kill people, kidnap people, sell them into slavery, run a drug ring. Come on. When you want a villain, Voss is the way to go. He's so unhinged and insane. And granted, Far Cry is mostly remembered for its villains. And at the top of that list is absolutely Voss. Yeah, and Troy Baker did a great job with his performance in that one. But if you ask me that character's name, I cannot tell you what it is for the life of me.
I think it's Pang.
Again,
Pang.
Don't remember. Because Far Cry 4 had an absolutely inferior villain to Far Cry 3 in Voss. Because every time you meet Voss is a moment. You get that dialogue that just hits and scares the shit out of you at most times. He's a fantastic villain. I mean, even, when the Far Cry 6 leaked and that poster came out, everybody got excited that maybe Voss is making a comeback. Is this Voss's origin story? That's how much Voss is stuck around as a villain. Like, he's great. And credit to the voice actor, Michael Mando. Because originally when he went in to audition for Far Cry 3, Voss didn't exist. But he stepped in and gave such a fantastic performance that they created an entire character around it. And because it was so perfect. It was. You can't tell me Voss isn't amazing.
I'm not going to try and say that. Voss is the best villain of all times in a Far Cry series.
Mm-hmm.
Without a question. But he is not the best villain of all times. Like, by far, he is just a walking monologue.
What more do you need from a villain? You need great monologues. You need that great villain monologue. And he nails it.
What was his plot? What was his plan in Far Cry? What was his end goal?
Plan in Far Cry to make money because he's a selfish dick. That was his plan. That's the whole plot of Far Cry. He kidnaps you and your friends, holds you for ransom. When that ransom is paid, he still tries to sell your friends into slavery to get more money because he's greedy. He's self-indulgent. It's amazing.
Oh, another villain just wanting money.
Yeah.
Yeah. What more motivation do you need?
I'm an exceptional thief.
You've got...
He's killed more people than Robotnik, that's for sure.
I've not played Far Cry 3. I thought I was going to play it, but now I just don't think I'll bother. Because it just the villain's a kidnapper. Are you kidding me? Because he just wants to get money.
He's a kidnapper, an enslaver, and a drug runner. Come on, he's the evilest of evil.
No,
just it just sounds like someone that could possibly live down the road from me. Like I don't. That's not. That's
what
not
area
what
do you live in? That's terrifying.
well, where I used to live, but like that's yeah, that's not what I want from a villain. I want like you know what I mean, something that's gonna remember, like stay in the memory of me. And I don't know. I just feel like that's just that guy will get lost in a lineup of other villains.
I think, and I'm not giving him credit in this statement, so let me just get to the end of it. If the other Far Cry villains after Vaz hadn't come, he'd be held in much higher esteem. But he created this mold for Far Cry, and all they have desperately tried to do is match it in the other films. So that type of villain has been played to death. Yeah, unsuccessfully, I do agree. But played to death by his own company, which now makes him less important. Because if you play the next game, he wants the same thing. And the next one, only when you get to Far Cry 5, where it's about the sin and the world and stuff like that.
Cult.
The crazy cult, yeah. Which was a Hope Valley and all of that, which was different. It's the same. It's the same thing, and I'm sure number 6 is going to have the same sort of thing. It's all going to be greed and money.
That's going to be Giancarlo Esposito, though.
Oh yeah, that would be incredible.
Who doesn't love that man?
But
no, that sounds like a good villain. That sounds like a good villain.
Much better.
Because we all loved Gus from Breaking Bad. There's exactly. A villain for you.
Oh, absolutely.
If we're looking at performances, one of the best voice performances in a game is Vaz. It was incredible. But him as a villain, nah. He never offered a threat to you. He just talked to you. He'd bore you to death.
He tied cinder blocks to your feet and tried to drown you. He tried to burn you alive.
Yeah, but it was all James Bond on an island. It was like, I'll give you these slow and painful deaths by giving you a 20-minute monologue before I do it. Like, anyway. We can go around and around about this. I would say Vaz is a good villain and made that game 10 times better. Maybe even a great villain, but not the best villain. And I chose the best villain. You want someone... If we...
Oh, boy.
We'll find out, but Vince...
It's going to be Bowser, isn't
it? You like... It's Bowser, no. You liked Vaz and you quoted his speech. Have you ever heard the definition of insanity or whatever it was? Something similar to that. That's not me joking. I just genuinely can't quite remember the wording. And that's why you really liked it, the way he spoke, the insanity that he had, the craziness. And then, Terry, you chose Robotnik for being such an iconic character, recognizable. Yeah? Well, partly but it can't be for the difficulty. Partly or whatever. It's still part of it. Mine has both of those things and much more. I have picked GLaDOS from Portal.
I knew someone would do it.
Didn't
expect you to do it, though.
Perry's scratching his head because he cannot badmouth this. He has the fucking Portal gun in his house. He loves GLaDOS.
I didn't think GLaDOS.
GLaDOS is top tier. You think about a character that is funny, maniacal, batshit crazy, a genuinely great and interesting villain. It's GLaDOS. Voice performance, GLaDOS is incredible. I'm not the only one who thinks this. If we look at IGN, one of the main sources, they did a big poll of the top 100 villains in gaming. Number 1.
Adam done a quick Google list then before it started.
I will give you my God's honest truth that when I was doing my research for GLaDOS to find my information, I went and looked. It was after I picked GLaDOS.
Come on, then. What bumped Robotnik to number 2? What was it?
I don't even know what number 2 was, but number 1 was GLaDOS. If we
look at the list,
if I didn't need to, I just typed GLaDOS awards and saw what came up. No, if we look at IGN's top 100 villains of all time, not gaming villains of all time, number 4, GLaDOS. Dracula is ahead of them.
Number 4
is the one.
Didn't get on that podium, did it? Damn, what a shame.
But it's in the top 4 villains of all time. That's movie villains as well. You can't compete with GLaDOS. Let's look at the things. You're talking about someone that is, even in games released now in Cyberpunk, there is a GLaDOS reference. And everyone lost their shit. When Portal 2 came out, and spoilers for Portal 2, but I think the time's passed. When GLaDOS returns in that game, people lose their shit.
Oh, shit.
You want to talk about voice acting? GLaDOS. In GLaDOS as a character, the amount of stuff that is said is incredible. But the difference is, Vince, it's while you're playing. You're not just sat in a cutscene, just watching someone speak in a mocap suit. You are playing. You're playing a great game while you were listening. Not only that, but it gives us the cake is a lie. One of the greatest sayings in gaming. You talk about yours. The cake is a lie.
GLaDOS never said.
No, GLaDOS never said.
Yeah.
But,
I could check in, gotta go fast, you know, if we're going to play that game.
But
Right.
the reason that the cake is a lie is such a big thing is because of how strongly that is linked to GLaDOS' story. GLaDOS then sings a fucking song. Like at the end, like while the credits are coming up. Dr. Robotnik doesn't sing a song.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we doing original soundtracks again?
No, I'm not.
Right?
But the character sings a motherfucking song. And Terry, do not lie now. That is a good song. That is a good song.
That's right.
It's right up your alley. It's got 8-bit. It's it's got everything in the background of it there. It's all going on. You can talk about Vaz and you can talk about Dr. Robotnik, but Terry, you know that GLaDOS is top tier. Vince, you know GLaDOS is top tier. And if it wasn't for GLaDOS,
I can't wait to tell you apart.
Portal would just be an okay to good game because it's a great mechanic, Portal. You cannot take anything away from that. But GLaDOS makes that an almost perfect game. Stephen Merchant doesn't do too bad in number 2, but GLaDOS is top tier. Was it Stephen Merchant or was it Danny? It was Stephen Merchant.
Yes, it was Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, Stephen
Merchant. Played the character Wheatley.
Wheatley, that's the one.
If you want to name characters.
I do, thank you.
Now, if we're talking about Wheatley, now that's my guy right there.
Wheatley's hilarious, but GLaDOS
tear him apart, Vince.
Tear me apart.
Here we go. Because I considered GLaDOS, obviously, when you look at it, GLaDOS is a good villain. However, on the one hand, you mentioned great dialogue. Well, obviously, it's going to be great dialogue. When you have 2 characters and one doesn't speak, you obviously have to have some other character giving dialogue. So obviously, they're going to give all the lines to the only speaking character, for sure. You pulled cake as a lie, which is not a GLaDOS thing. Go ahead, Adam.
Sorry, but does your character speak in Far Cry 3 in any point in the cutscenes? I don't believe he does.
Yes, actually, yes.
Does he?
Your character does speak.
Okay, I take it back. Sorry, I
Your
did think he did.
They have a decent back and forth.
Well, it's monologue, one-word reply. Monologue, one-word reply. But okay.
You want to talk about monologue? What does GLaDOS do but monologue?
What are you doing at the time, though, Vince? Are you sat watching this or are you playing?
You're playing with portals. You're not necessarily going up against,
Well, you want
GLaDOS in any kind of
it's just
battle
static,
or fight. It's
Harry,
mostly
you don't get
just
to comment on this. Like, you don't get to comment. You love this game. You've
And
shown your portal gun on the podcast.
The GLaDOS
I don't see it. I don't see it.
That was cool, but she's only revealed as a villain towards the end of the game. At first,
perfect villain.
While you're thinking, oh, she's helping you through the test, yada yada yada. It's a standard puzzle game, but then it's revealed that she's the villain. You have to beat her by.
Great story arc. You're just helping me here, Vince.
Is that helping?
Yeah,
because your villain has to be
not a paid by numbers villain like you, not a paid by numbers villain like yours. Like, it's a great story arc.
The only antagonistic part she has is when she tries to kill you in the fire.
Yeah,
and she doesn't even do that. Like, you're literally just on a conveyor belt. Like, while she
could do that though, because you could go through the fire and die.
Do that.
That you could get game over, and the story could end if you went through the fire. It was optional to escape, I believe.
Like, what really doesn't make GLaDOS the best villain? Yeah, she's great. Whatever. I briefly considered Wheatley as well, but Wheatley just kind of accidentally leads himself into, being a villain. GLaDOS only suffers by her backstory, which is revealed in Portal 2. When it's revealed that she's not even really a villain, she's just someone's brain trapped in a computer. Well, it's Portal 2 again, I guess. But, that's beside the point. GLaDOS is an okay villain. Not the best villain. She's barely even a villain until the end of the game.
She barely made it into this category. Congratulations on trying to...
Not true at all. Just to go back to your point, Vince, because I'll let you step into Portal 2, that's fine. Like, and you say that you realize that she's just a brain in a computer, so there's empathy shown for GLaDOS to an extent, that which is a great character story. But how many people when Thanos was talking about his master plan, were people saying, to be honest, his motives he thinks are good. He thinks he's doing the right thing.
Motives.
No, but
Gladys' only motive is to, this.
There was understanding towards. Now his things are wrong, but there was understanding towards the character. You can go, oh, I can see that he thinks he's doing the right thing. A great villain has more than one layer. Vaz has one layer, money. Robotnik has one layer, capture the animals for some reason. Like, they're one layers. Gladys is like an onion. You peel it off. Like, that's a sign of great story writing. Great villain.
Peel it off.
Like, say what you want. Like, Gladys is top tier.
We've tried to reach the Valve fans before, and it didn't kind of work. You might be barking up the wrong tree there, Adam.
Maybe. Yeah, they've disappeared. we were speaking about this the other day. No one's talking about Half-Life 3 anymore. No one's talking about Portal. It's just, they still talking about Robotnik? Hell yeah. Did they make a Sonic movie the other day with Robotnik? Yeah. Not the other day. The other day. No, sorry. We got a trailer for Sonic 2 the other day.
Yeah, we did.
Which Robotnik will be back in, and we're going to see the Robotnik from the games that look. Come on, man. He's still current. Where's GLaDOS these days? Where's she at?
Answer me this question, Terry.
Okay.
Answer me this question, and Vince.
Go on.
I'm ready.
And we're not going to include yours in this, Vince, for obvious reasons, because Far Cry, they release one every couple of years, so that's different. And I know Sonic do as well. If they released a Sonic where Dr. Robotnik was the protagonist, or
they released exclude mine.
Mean Bean Machine,
or they released a Portal game, a new one, and GLaDOS was involved in it. Which would get the biggest hype? Answer truthfully.
What kind of question is that?
There's a follow-up, but answer truthfully. Sonic with Robotnik or Portal
You're asking me if I want to play a modern...
Not you, in general.
Yeah, exactly. You're asking me if someone wants to play a modern average Sonic game or a new Portal game. Is that what you're...
Yeah.
So they wouldn't play it necessarily for GLaDOS.
Yeah.
My next question.
Want a new game.
My next question. Now.
Okay.
Let's say we've all agreed that Portal would be the choice there because they've kind of ruined Sonic games for a little while.
A little while.
Well, that'd be nice. They announced a Portal game, a new one, same mechanics, probably add a new thing for the gun or whatever. And they say there's categorically no GLaDOS because of how things ended, blah, blah, blah. There'll be a new villain. Okay. Or they said, we're doing Portal, GLaDOS will appear. Which is more likely to be wanted? I'd say someone with GLaDOS.
I would argue not GLaDOS. I would argue what I wanted at the end of Half-Life Episode 2. I wanted Half-Life 2 Episode 3 for that aperture container to have the goddamn portal gun in it, and I wanted some kind of crossover with the next Half-Life without having the portal gun in it. I don't care about GLaDOS. I don't care about that story. I want the Half-Life story.
Yeah, but that's a dream in Half-Life.
I just want the portal gun. That's all I want. I don't want to shoot portals. I don't care about bloody this little talking AI that looks like some kind of Japanese toilet. Like, I don't need it. Don't need it.
Okay. So we've ripped each other's apart. I'm going to do something a bit interesting here. Vince, out of mine and Terry's suggestions, now you've ripped on mine, you ripped on Terry's. This isn't my turn anymore. Which of the two would you vote for? Everyone's going to get a chance at this. Which of the two would you vote for?
This is disgusting. I can't believe you're even doing this. This is...
Which of the two would you vote for?
This is low.
Be honest.
They're both not the best choice.
No, we're not. Yours isn't even an option in this. So
I'm trying to think. Robotnik hasn't done much. GLaDOS, kind of a villain, vaguely.
Talking about villains right now, Vince. Villains.
Yeah. Stop pandering.
We are thinking
this
about
isn't
villains.
Twitter.
And if I were to look at, the history of the villains,
we didn't say anything about. You said it's not about icon. Before you go down that route, it's not iconography.
It's not about iconography. It's about who's more evil. And
no.
Yeah, but the only thing Gladys has done is
promises you reward and freedom and tries to burn you alive.
GLaDOS is just trying to save herself. GLaDOS is just trying to survive, just be alive. Like that's not evil. That's just
not true at all. She's trying to burn. She tries to burn you alive.
Yeah, but to escape.
Like we're still debating in the part where it's not debate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just quickly, you got 5 seconds to make a decision. Which one you go with?
Oh boy, we're going with Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik,
my man.
Not out of spite, but purely because Robotnik's got that, in-game plan. He's got that long-term plan to take over the world. Gladys just has a small little warehouse that she uses to test on people for no means, but she's bored, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. That's an honest answer. I respect that. I'll go next. I would go for Vaz purely on performance as a villain. I think he is a solid villain, and his monologues and his speeches are incredible. I think it's a lesson in voice acting, but honorable mention to Robotnik for being an iconic villain. Even though I think his actual overall plan is a little bit weak. That's why I wouldn't pick him. Terry, we already know yours has to be GLaDOS.
Well, yeah, but purely by default, I have to go GLaDOS because I haven't played Far Cry 3. But I would argue that from hearing both of your arguments, he sounds more like an actual villain. A true actual villain, like he's doing evil, horrible
he's just
things.
A dick. He's not.
GLaDOS,
he's a low league.
GLaDOS is just like a rogue AI. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't even think of GLaDOS because I don't think of her as like villain. Like I just think it's like
when I said GLaDOS, and I will put the replay in if I have to. You kicked yourself. And your response was GLaDOS. You were so annoyed at yourself. That answers my question for me.
No, I'm just like annoyed that you would even just like go for GLaDOS. Like, come on. She's a proper villain.
I genuinely, I never got it in the end. I very did almost get the cake as a lie as a tattoo on me because I love Portal, the first Portal. I love Portal 2 as well. I absolutely adore that game, and GLaDOS is always
it's a very good game.
Good game.
Yeah. But anyway, back to being friends. Well, guys, another podcast done, another debate. Let's see who's going to win this one. Is it going to be the eggy one, Dr. Robotnik? Is it going to be the talky one, Vaz, whatever his surname is? Or is it going to be the correct one, which is GLaDOS from Portal?
More of a combination of the two, I guess.
Well, we shall see. Yeah, covers all the bases. Guys, if you want to vote, you can head over to our Twitter channel, which is @CrabShifty. And you can, down there, it'll be there, damn mirrored screen. And you can vote there when the poll goes up, and you can choose the winner, basically. Currently, 5-time champion. Unbeaten for 5 weeks.
Stop this madness.
Let's see what happens. But first of all, guys, we have some news. We're mixing things up. We've heard what people have said. We've been doing this now. We're going into our 3rd month. Well, month 3. We've been doing it 2 months. We started in January. We're now in March. And we're realizing what's working and what needs to be just slightly changed a little bit of tweaking from us here. So from next week, you are going to have the debate as its own separate thing. We're taking it away from the podcast. We want the podcast to be a more relaxed environment where we're more of ourselves. We're a bit more chilled. Maybe bring up some topics that are away from gaming, where we can just really just sit back and chat. I think that'll be good for everyone.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We're then going to have the Sunday Fun Day Challenge release on a Sunday. I know we're geniuses. We're geniuses. Like, we looked at it and thought, do you know what, make this better, make it work, release it a day earlier. So we're going to release the Sunday Fun Day Challenge on a Sunday, and you'll probably get all three of us for that. Or some special guests. You never know. The podcast is moving as well. The podcast will release on a Wednesday, and we're going to do one big news show for you a week. We're going to do our news break, a big, meaty, whopper, grand Big Mac of a news show, like once a week, which will release on a Friday, so you get all the week's news. But don't you worry. If there is breaking news, we'll be here. You know, we'll be in our suits with our earpieces on. We're going live over to Bethesda as they release another game. We'll be there to tell you all that breaking news. And of course, we'll be reacting live to any big events that happen as we get closer to the summer, when everyone decides to do massive 1-hour shows. Hopefully they get better. So guys, just to recap, you're going to have the debate, which is going to release on a Monday. You're going to have the podcast, which releases on a Wednesday. On Friday, you're going to have News Break, the big one. And then on Sunday, you're going to have the Sunday Fun Day Challenge.
Awesome.
How much more content do you need? Like, we are too good to you. We are too good
quality, high quality content as well. We're going to really it's going to be some good stuff.
Step it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So as you can see, things have been changing. We're learning as we're doing. So it will only get better. We promise you that. But guys, I have to say a big thank you to the Retro King himself, the Pun Master General, Mr. Terry Jeffs. Thank you for today.
Thank you, guys. It's been emotional as always.
It's always emotional.
As always.
And he's already stroking it. He knows what's going on. The best beard in the business. The beard of war. Mr. Vince Haley. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam. It's been wonderful as always.
It is always wonderful, especially looking at that beard. And I have been Adam, and as always, stay shifty.
See you later, guys.
Later, guys.